first slide because this is a shocker that internet. I got the other internet and it's not good. So everyone's SCCM is successfully installed. Yes.
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 Yes, I installed.
Halfway there.
Huh? Who's halfway there?
This is Shahid. So I'll be able to follow, and
Okay.
tonight I'm gonna work on the rest of the part.
No problem.
No worries.
Okay. So also one other guy, Ajay. I think Ajay tried also yesterday and he was able to do that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Yes,
So.
also.
Yeah. So, guys, a lot today and very critical things need to be done. From the installation, we already know that it's tough, but that was just drop in the ocean. Does that make you feel better now? Okay. Anyway, so let's jump in the ocean now. So everything has to do with lots of connectivity. Of course, it's a network app. So was everyone able to install SCCM? I'm going to quickly install 390 users because we need to do some internal SCCM tasks. Of course, the discovery task. How would SCCM know that how many clients are there, how many users are there, how many groups are there, and what is our network? So it's going to discover everything. Yeah, you're saying?
Can I do that? Like I have 5 users. Can I do that with my 5 users?
It's okay. It's okay. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go quickly with those installations and everything. That's gonna just take 2-3 minutes. The configuration manager console panes. So if everyone, majority of us have the SCCM pane already, like SCCM installed successfully, so we can start with how the configuration manager looks like and what are its different areas. So this is a drawing. So guys, everyone is able to see this now better? Everyone is able to see this.
Can you put that into? Yeah, now it's better. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So there are these 4 major areas that we will be working on, which is workspaces. Everyone has SCCM open, so let me open it for you first. So I'm just going to go back to my machines here.
Hello?
I cannot hear you, Amir.
System Center Configuration Manager. Yeah, you're saying?
Right now, I can hear you.
Hello?
Sure.
Yeah. Everyone can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, Amir.
We lose
Yes.
the connection for like 30 seconds maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, we were not hearing you for last 1 minute or so.
Okay. Hey. So participants, I need to get the chat in front of me where I can get your messages. So I had this immediate connection from Rogers, and I asked them to make sure that I could get this very good. I mean, conferences could be successful, but this is not good. So guys, before next session, I should, or before any session, I should try with any of you if the picture's quality is good, or asking, So let me know, or how would you let me know if you're not listening, huh? So you could SMS me, Manzur could SMS me, or make a call that, hey, we cannot hear you, because I could just go on blah blah blah.
Chat.
Yeah, chat. What's that? Oh, chat. Yeah, chat. So let me just get the chat option also open. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Chat. Okay, no message till now. But everyone can hear me loud and clear. Can you just reply to that so I could start?
Yes.
Okay, everyone got that message. Let's go ahead again, and I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. So instead of using this headset, anyway. So I was showing that how to start the SCCM, and there it is, the configuration manager console. We're gonna just start that again, and it opens like this. Then this is the area for workspace, and as the slide was going, I'm just gonna go back to it. There's a navigation pane where all the workspace related features will be showing. If it is administration, it's related to that, and software library, it will be related to that. And this is the area where, of course, just like any typical software, we can just work on that. So this is the ribbon, results pane, and preview pane. This is the preview. Okay, if we go ahead, the assets and compliance workspace. All our assets, when they get discovered, will be showing here. Has nodes for the users and devices discovered in your hierarchy. We're going to discover now. Has nodes for the collections used to organize the users and devices in your hierarchy. So one thing about collection, it is kind of a group where we can have a collection of Windows 7 machines, a collection of Windows 8 machines, a collection of administrators or backup users or users from New York. So we can make group together, and they're called collections. And on the collections, we apply many different rules or policies, or just like in Active Directory, we have OU, and we connect group policy to that. So there are collections here in SCCM where we can deploy software, where we can apply all the changes, registry changes, and etc. Or of course deploy the Windows 8 services. The collection is, as we know, a group, and we're going to create collections today. But assets and compliance workspace. So this is all there is. Catalog is there, where all the applications we're going to one by one upload and make it available for the users who will be given certain level of rights to install applications on their computers as they want. So has other nodes that are used to monitor and manage the software and configuration settings on the client devices. So all the nodes and users will be showing here in short, plus many other things. So hence the assets and compliance workspace. Next is we're going to be going back and forth with all of those. Software library workspace, the most thrilling one, the most trickier one, is split into three main nodes: application management, software updates, and operating systems. So application management, of course, you know that from here we can deploy all the applications. I already have uploaded the MSI packages there, but we're going to go ahead from there. Well, we're going to go first for the easier one, then the difficult one. So software updates, of course, this is related to all WSUS updates, Windows Software Update Services. And this is another installation, long installation, where we need to make sure all the devices get all the updates through SCCM, and then the operating system. So application management is used to create and manage the software that will be deployed in your hierarchy. Software updates is used. This is just the Windows critical updates. I'm looking at the chat as well. So operating system is used to manage the operating system being deployed. So we did that in WDS. System Center will use the WDS features and then add its own advanced features to do that, to deploy zero-touch installation, where we don't have to go to the clients at all. They just get installed with all the operating system and applications, and that's it. Join to the domain, everything is done. We don't have to touch the client side. So through configuration manager. Okay, so this is software library workspace, 3 major portions here: application management, operating system, software updates. Then monitoring workspace. We need to really monitor the results of what we have pushed to, suppose 10,000 clients. Of course, we need to know did they reach it, or if some of the deployments failed on, suppose, one of the branches, why did they fail and what's the status. So there's monitoring going on that would give you all the alerts of all the changes we have made, and health of all the features of SCCM. So centralizes all the features used to extract information from the database about the operations in your hierarchy. So whatever we do, we get the alerts from here. Especially site status is giving us if our site is even working, just like in Exchange environment, the Exchange server it's also working or not. Then client activity and client check. These are very interesting and important. Component status, status message queries. We're going to go in detail as well. Conflict records. These all tell whatever we are doing and step by step. Not very detailed, but we would be knowing what's going on. Alerts are administrator configurable and provide pop-up in the management console if we configure it to do so. Queries can find any information stored in the database. This is very interesting, and we're going to try to use a query today. So query, when we talk about queries, it's how you discover the devices or the software or specific type of network asset, either a software or a device. It depends on how you put the query there. So with the, if you have some programming background as well, you could give very interesting queries to just select only 64-bit machines that have Windows XP only, and that has Office 2003 so we can go very specific with only select among thousands of devices, just this criteria. So queries are very interesting thing there in SCCM. Reporting helps provide management-friendly reports. Okay, that's for our boss and to keep our job, and that's the proof that, hey, that's what we're doing. Plus, whatever is going on in the environment, reporting is very important. The status-based nodes report information reported by clients and system processes about ongoing operations. So there will be content status and there's component status. So everything as it is happening, you should be really in touch with all the alerts, especially alerts here which are going to give you active alerts. Right now happening alerts will be there. This is also in SCCM as well. But anyway, yeah, all System Center products are kind of, giving some of the same features. Okay, then we go ahead with administration workspace. This is hierarchy, so discovery methods. We're going to work on this one today. Discovery methods, there are 6 of them. Boundaries, boundary groups, and well, we don't have Exchange server right now, but if we connect with Exchange server, it's going to have some. It's going to give us more exchange specific features as well, or deployment of or ActiveSync through ActiveSync. Okay, so Active Directory Forest. So this is where, so very important area, servers and site systems. I told you that there are 20 roles in SCCM. So 20 different major features. Those all can be deployed from here. Some of them are already deployed, and we're going to talk about them too. And then the very main thing that will connect our SCCM server to all the clients in our network, the client settings. So the client settings, this will be very, very important, and we're gonna touch this too. And that's where we're gonna get, maybe there will be some troubleshooting needed to be done if the client never reaches if the software of SCCM, the client side software, when we deploy, does not reach our client for some reason, check firewall, check connectivity issues, etc., etc. Anyway, we're going to come here and try to push the SCCM clients to our machines. For your information, I have just installed CentOS as well, Linux machine. Just you don't need to do that. If you can, go ahead with that. I just added it for if it gets discovered in the IP-based discovery. Anyway, but that's not compulsory, so I just added it. And then there are those security roles and scopes. Maybe you want to delegate, you want to security harden your SCCM environment, or and also delegate your SCCM tasks to someone with a certain level of responsibilities you want to give. So security roles are here. Administrative users are there having full powers. We already know distribution points. This is the feature of SCCM where we deploy the applications from. So normally we create distribution points, either dedicated servers or the distribution points from where we deploy all the applications, or we convert, as we talked about last time, we install that on a file server which already normally has all the applications present there. We just have make that a central point or distribution point for the applications to be deployed, right? So these need to be configured as well. One by one, we're going to be touching this breathing dragon. So from the easy steps to the difficult and the most difficult. When we go ahead using console organization features, so some nodes allow you to create folders. Typically, when you go right-clicking some nodes, it will let you try to organize all your. So you see applications there, and of course, maybe you have a full Visual Studio set of products, Visual C, Visual Basic, or you have all the Adobe suite of products, 6 or 7 applications together. You can create a separate folder for that, right? Folders can be nested to create a hierarchy of objects. Okay, so they can be nested, create more folders. Objects can only be in one folder. Configuration, so this is how administrative categories can be defined for those, what you create there. Configuration items, baselines, drivers, maybe you want to keep the drivers separate. Of course, everyone would want to do that. So you create a separate folder for that. And applications can be categorized. So categories are not stored in a hierarchy. We're going to do that, and you're going to see it firsthand how it's going on. But right now, it's just an intro or overall view of that. Categories are used with the search feature. So you can search any of the applications. Once this library becomes huge, we can do the search as well from the search here, applications. Okay, using search. So this is the area, use add criteria to make complex searches, and we can add criteria. Where is that search? If I go back to my SCCM, so where do you find the search option? Can anyone tell me that? So if I go there to administration, can I find search? Or if I go to hierarchy configuration, can I find search?
Administration.
Yeah. So yeah, for any under those folders, when you go and open the hierarchies, you would go for anything, and you would start finding search, right? So this is it, right? So anything you expand, not on the top folder, but anything you start expanding, whenever you have lots of boundaries configured or lots of applications configured, you will find this search option there. With criteria you can search, but we of course have to populate everything right now. Everything is empty. Okay, what's next? Some action. Well, it's going to be a mixture of action plus theory. Assets and compliance. Oh, we did that. Okay. Monitoring of SCCM, very, very important. Very few things we need to know, but very mucho importante, as we always know that. So site status, it starts talking to us right away. Right? If you go to this systems status and go to site status, does anyone has anything populated yet, or component status? So if I go check mine, if I go to administration, and is it in administration?
Yeah.
So and site configuration, and so site status would be in monitoring, right? Alert site status. So there is a site status. It has started talking to us, and it is for now. Everyone is seeing green, right? Here.
I
No
have
one
one red.
Okay, this means you're cursed. Do not use SCCM ever again. No, I'm just kidding. So what is that red for? Does it say anything? Okay, that's great. That's correct. Thank you. No, I didn't hear anything. So yeah. So but component status. Oh yeah, I think everyone has that, right? Suppose you want to see in detail why there is a red here. Oh, since I go very fast here because of the recording, but you can go for monitoring and then go to system status and go to component status. Some of the things I would want to confirm from others as well, but overall just to compare our results and configurations. But if you want to see the details of a critical error that is showing for the site component manager, I would go right click and show messages. Either I just want to see all the critical errors only warning or only information or everything, right?
Actually,
Yeah.
I got a lot of those.
Hey, congrats, man. Oh, really? Oh, lots of those? Okay. And anyone else has exactly like mine, like just one critical? All right, thanks for confirming. And there's someone eating. Oh, I'm so hungry now. Anyway,
I have
yeah,
warning.
I have also critical one.
that only one. Okay, you have warnings as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you were saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, Robin.
Oh, hey, how are you, man?
Good.
So yeah, I'll just go to error. Suppose I right click this and just go to show messages. If I go to all, it's going to say how long do you want it to go. It was 2 days ago, right? So if I go 2 days ago, whatever messages, and since 2 days, okay, now I'm full of it. Okay, shoot. So I can see all the errors related to that one critical alert, and configuration manager cannot update the already existing object. So we're just going through quickly. Possible because site server's machine account may not have full control rights for the system management. Oh, we did that. Maybe the domain controller needs a restart or something. Turn off Active Directory publishing for each site in the forest. Okay, although we did that, it did not catch it. So it is talking about that. You remember the Active Directory requirements we did for system management? We had to create a folder called system management, and then we had to give full rights to SCCM server.
I wanted to ask you about that. I've been in troubleshooting this issue the whole day because
Okay.
I install it twice, and every time I go to check it back, this folder, and after like a while, it's deleted by itself. So if you go check now, go and check, it's deleted now.
Are you sure?
No, in my case, go to your
That's shocker.
control.
Okay, I'm going there now, and everyone knows what we're talking about, guys, right?
Yes. Go to computer and users, advanced, view. Yes, advanced feature.
And system, there it is.
Okay, go to the system management itself. Check the security. No. Yes,
okay,
right.
security properties.
Yeah, security and
yeah, my server is server 2. There it is.
Here, there is no, but here it should be, remember, should be object, should be PC here. The SCCM itself, PC, not user, not the machine.
This is the machine. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? No. Do you see this? Mohammed, do you see this?
Yes.
That's okay. But that error is still coming, and we need to see why. Yeah, you're saying?
Yeah, I thought like this is not the right thing. That's what I thought. That was
no. This is correct. Yeah. Okay.
Because it was telling me that before you install the SCCM, it was telling me that you missed this step. I was doing that again and again and again. You know.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No. So yeah, this is how it's supposed to be here. But we need to still see that error. If it's still recurring, we need to go to the SCCM forum. I'll just go there and check. I would say that this is still not that big deal, because before also we had that in production environment as well. I was sitting with that team because we cover each other so much. So it should go away, and we do turn off our machines, right? So they're not able to talk to each other. The configuration of Active Directory, we just shut down the machines again. In our production environment, we are like 24/7. Since we installed, they're talking to each other, so errors start going away when they are replicating information. Right now, what we're going to do today, all the labs, it's not going to affect that, and I'm sure not in any future lab as well. But definitely, any critical red error has to be gone, or there must be a good reason for it to be there, like okay, it's harmless or something. So definitely, we're going to go ahead with that because this error is repeating like crazy. And at 5:33, half an hour ago, this error came. Okay, that's the last time, and that's when I started the machines, I think, or restarted the machines. So yeah, we're gonna keep a track of the time as well. But this critical errors we should be going with. So this is for every software, Exchange Server, Active Directory, right? But I'm sure that it's not gonna, stop us from doing computer not installed by site.
Maybe you were restarting your router at that time, I guess.
5:30. Yeah, but the thing is that if I go to just seeing the show messages and go to error and go for at least a week, I installed it in front of you 2 days ago, right? So only the errors are coming for 5:33, 4:28, 3:28, 2:28, 1:28. So every hour. No, my machine, like, yeah, for continuously all day. So there's the same error coming since I installed it on 6th, right? Sorry, 9th, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, we need to really keep that in mind, and we need so we know that where we went and how we try to see that error in detail. But definitely, if I just go to error, this is the only error. I think everyone is getting that. So yeah, I will have to take a screenshot now. So I'll have to, otherwise I'll forget that. 1 week ago, press OK, and move ahead. So print screen, put a screenshot. Guys, always take a screenshot of your errors because that could be, someday a matter of yes job or no job kind of thing. So always, oh, I have 2 screens, cool, not cool. But anyway, so error taken notice of, and I would suggest that everyone should, as an assignment, try to remove and try to find out exactly the reason by Googling it. I would do in production environment, we do that, Google it. So, okay, let's go ahead and, so site status is there, and yeah, it's the perfect SCCM by Microsoft. So definitely no error should be coming there. But definitely we should be following up with our errors. Component status would just tell us about this status of the site. Then there is that state status message queries. So all audit status messages for a specific user, for a specific site. There are all types of queries that you can run. You can view status messages sent to a site from client devices. So client devices always are, once they receive the SCCM client, all those clients start telling their status, and we can tell them, hey, update me after 7 days. That's the default value. Or we can tell them, hey, would you let me know every 23 days, 30 days, or would you let me know every 8 days or 5 days? In our case, we're gonna make it to 1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah. For the first time, we probably would need to install the SCCM client on the desktops and PCs manually, right?
If we have 10,000 machines,
yeah.
No. Yes, I mean you're right that we have to install first to know that, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the question was.
Oh, okay.
Because for the first time, it's not in my it's not connected to this SCCM server. So how am I going to deploy the clients? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is so that of course we're just talking about some of the slides here. We haven't started configuring anything right now. So yeah, we're gonna start discovering first. Once we discover everything, then we start deploying the clients. Yeah, it's a one by one step. So yeah, let's go ahead. So these are just the monitoring areas where we can come back and forth and try to know more. What are configuration manager log files? Just like in Exchange server, they tell you, hey, take care of the log files. It's for every server, even Windows or Linux. All client and site components in configuration manager record process information in individual log files, of course. By default, logging is enabled for all services. It should be. By default, server log files have a maximum size of 2 megabyte. Exchange server, remember, Exchange server, so 2013, also the log files are 2 MB? Anyone? Oh, are you listening to me? Hey, welcome back to Earth.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, oh yeah, because you're all muted, that's why. Okay, so I thought you will all say yes. Anyway, so by default, server logs are in the installation path. So this is the path: program files, configuration manager, and then logs. Okay, this is important because we're gonna run into trouble. So keep in mind all these things. But anyway, we're gonna have to keep in mind because of troubleshooting we're gonna do. CM trace is a log viewer that tells you some live details. So well, it can be started. This is it. The CM trace. The path is program files, Microsoft Configuration Manager, tools, and CM trace. When you double click that, then it opens. Then you can open log files inside it. So let me just go there and quickly open that, because that's going to be in future when you become SCCM experts. That's going to be one of the lifesavers of that. So if I go to, okay, I'm already there actually. But if I go back to C drive, double click program files, go to Microsoft Configuration Manager. Hey, nobody told me to start my video. Manzar, is it? Although guys, did you see the WebEx video? Oh, everyone's mute. Do we need me to start my video?
Yes, I'm recording it. It's up to you. If you want to, it's up to you.
No, but so everyone got the WebEx video version as well? Anyone?
Yes.
And so it was.
No audio.
Amir, we lost you.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Oh yeah. Now we hear you. Now we hear the
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so that you told me that, I stopped and started testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next time I'll start some song. Okay. So yeah, this audio up and down. So right after this class, I'm gonna make sure I call Rogers. Oh, okay. So CM Trace, double click that. And do you want to make this program the default viewer for log files? Yes, I want to. If I open quickly a yellow folder and go to any log files, although it's already there in SMS store logs file area, and today's log files are already there, I just can open anything. So certificate manage, cert manager, certificate manager, active directory service. If there's something going on, of course, we could just see today's logs and the day 9th log. That's when it was started. So log file is CM trace. So this is also a good exam question plus an interview question. So configuration manager trace log tool. From there you can open all log files. Although you can open log files from Notepad as well, but it has some more features which are typical for looking at and comparing logs. Okay, let's go next. So log files, entries with specific text. Yeah, we can make colored text. Like if there's a text with a written as FAIL fail, so mark the whole line as red. So we can change the colors according to the text present. And if it says successful, mark that as green. So that is very, very helpful. Okay. So click next. Configuring resource discovery. So configuring resource discovery has what is resource discovery, overview of discovery methods, active directory discovery methods, what is network discovery, what is hardware discovery, and monitoring discovery by using component status and log files. Hey, somebody was calling me. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, what is resource discovery? We can see that resource discovery is the process of detecting and acquiring information. We know that all.
Houston, Houston. No sound.
Very bad audio actually today. Let me ask him to call on the landline number instead of this number. Wait.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
No audio.
Now.
Yes, now we can hear you, but there is a landline number as well. If you can dial on that number, it would be a good idea. Just dial on that landline number.
Okay.
So it won't affect your audio during the bandwidth ups and downs.
Okay, yeah, that's good for meetings. So if I go to WebEx and go for
info session.
Okay, info.
Meeting info.
Yeah.
Here's the number.
Okay, there it is. So it's 1415 655
655
Oh, okay, guys, I'm calling you. Oh, so I'm just gonna go inside from in the same meeting from this number. 1415 655 0001.
So your
meeting
number is 226 538 416.
Welcome to WebEx. Enter your access code or meet. Followed by pound.
Yeah, 226-538-416.
226.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
226-538-416.
Enter your attendee ID number, followed by pound. If you do not know your attendee number, press pound to continue.
3. I don't know about you.
Okay.
So just mute your computer audio.
Yeah. So guys, everyone can hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's for everyone?
This is better.
It's the same voice.
Yeah, this.
Okay. So everyone is able to hear my audio and see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So as I was saying, what is resource discovery? So discovery gathers information about network resources, computers, users, security groups, and network infrastructure. So we can discover non-Microsoft assets as well and try to control whatever we can, or at least have the inventory of that. Discovery generates a DDR file. Discovery data manager loads the information from the DDR file into the database. So this discovery of this machine, that machine is going to be creating a DDR file for each network asset, and it's going to be stored on our truly the Syed database, and that's going to be let's see it in a diagram that's coming in another slide. Discovery methods include all these: forest discovery, system discovery, user and group discovery, network discovery, and heartbeat. So let's go one by one with that. So if we go for this, you can see this diagram now. And what is network discovery? A discovery method to search the network for resources that meet a specific criteria. You have 3 main options to configure. So if I click play here, either you want to discover just the topology of that. So how many switches, routers, or printers are there and servers are there. That it does not include the client, but everything else that is offering a service in the network. And then topology and client, the next type of discovery, we can enable that too. And the third type is topology, client, and client operating system type as well. So that's going to give us a really good input from network discovery if we configure that. I plan to configure IP-based search for my Linux client just to test that. Okay, so this is the network discovery topology and client and operating system. And then there is heartbeat discovery. So this is what I want to show you as well, that by default heartbeat discovery runs every 7 days, which is like if you really want to save traffic. You can configure the schedule, but understand the implications when reducing the heartbeat discovery interval. So as you can see, they're saying, hey, I'm alive, and is there any new policy for us? Is there something new you want me to do, or we keep, doing what we were configured to do? We're gonna do the client software configuration as well, but this is how clients are sending their information in a .ddr file, and everything is being saved. So if we put that discovery, which is on 7 days for now, if we put it on 1 week or couple of hours, you can see from 10,000 machines, all DDR coming every 1 hour. That's gonna just take down our database and server and bottleneck our network. But in our network, we have just few machines, so we're gonna try to get information as soon as possible, which means the least time, not 7 days, but very less time, so the machines could report, hey, I'm alive and I have this, I don't have this. So there will be messages also coming, which we need to make sure that, oh, okay, our machine status is this now. Okay. Any questions till now?
Yeah, just wanted to understand, what happens in reality in terms of, setting the frequency of sending these DDR files.
In reality?
In the real world, where we have this, SCCM setup all functioning.
Yeah. So the discovery time is actually exactly the same, either 1 week or more. But what we have done in our environment is we have put sites, different sites, and then secondary sites as well, wherever possible, to make, just like you would make a VLAN to stop the broadcast domain, right? And Cisco, the concept is like that. So you can have also here smaller sites where clients are reporting earlier than 7 days even, because you're not collecting information from huge amount of clients, because you have already separated sites and secondary sites. You can make that area smaller or number of clients smaller that are reporting to you. So you may want to get those reports sooner than putting it on 7 days, or in our case, in some sites where smaller amount of clients are there reporting to management point, they have 7 days. Otherwise, it's normally 30 days or
okay. All right.
Around that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So hardware discovery. Now we know that clients tell server, I'm alive, and if you have any policy, any new orders for me, let me know. So this is hardware discovery, and it is already enabled and already working, although we don't have any clients right now. So monitoring discovery by using component status and log files. So these are all the types of log files. So remember that we have this 6 types: forest discovery, system discovery for all computers, user discovery for users, and group discovery for groups, network discovery for topology and all the non-Microsoft assets as well, plus Microsoft assets, and hardware discovery. So the log files are also named according to that. So forest discovery, system, user, and data, that's for, yeah.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Could you please go back to the discovery methods and the types? Thank you. Yes. What's the difference between forest and system discovery?
Between system and which one?
First and the second.
Oh, so user and system discovery?
I mean active directory forest and active directory system.
Oh, okay, third and second. Okay, so it's the first and second. So forest discovery is all about you would find all the sites in the forest. You will find all the child domains in the forest. So it is specific active directory topology that SCCM would want to know, especially the sites in the active directory sites, because SCCM sites are a little different. They have nothing to do with active directory sites, but they would want to. We would want to know how our active directory is configured, how many branches are configured, what active directory already knows about our network. Why don't we ask active directory the whole thing? But the system discovery is only computers discovery, so servers and clients. That's it. That's all system discovery.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so okay, boundary and boundary groups. So guys, these things, 5 of the discoveries we're going to configure actually. So I'm going to go through that 5 discoveries as we talked about it, and it's fresh in our mind. I'm just going to go into quickly to enable all those. And you should, if you're there in front of your SCCM, and you should be, and you are, so why don't we just start doing that? So first of all, I would want to make sure that my DNS is showing all my machines. So I have Windows 8 client, Windows 7 client, and server 2, which is having 2 IPs because I have one connected to internet and one local, so it's okay. One domain controller. So and my Active Directory also has, okay, my DHCP has 3 computers reporting to it. To me, 51 is Linux, 50 and 52 are Windows machines. That's DHCP, so it's just IP based, right? And Active Directory should be showing in computers total of 3 machines. 1 is SCCM, 2 are my clients. Everyone should be having, you know, the clients showing there, so it could discover something, right? The SCCM. So yeah. Anyone wanted to ask something? Sure. Okay. So sounds. SCCM WebEx server 2. So I'm just going to go there and go to the administration. Let me check here first. And here it is, discovery methods, all 6 of them. And I'm just going to, you can see that hardware discovery is enabled already. So whenever the clients are discovered, they will be sending their reports right away, hardware discovery. Okay, I'm just going to go to the forest discovery, right click it, and go to the properties. And I will simply enable Active Directory forest discovery. And it does have these options, automatically create Active Directory site boundaries when they are discovered, automatically create IP address range boundaries for IP subnets when they are discovered. So we are asking Forest that, hey, however your sites, Active Directory sites are configured, just give us all the details. We will not configure these 2 for now because we want to create boundaries separately in order to understand what are boundaries, right? Otherwise, it will automatically start populating whatever it has. But normally, we don't have much there as well. Let's not configure these 2. Let's just configure enable forest discovery and click apply. Run every 1 week just to discover. So we'll just leave it also as 1 week. Apply this. Do you want to run full discovery as soon as possible? Yes. That's okay. And this is enabled. It shows here. And let's go for the system discovery, although we can just go for group discovery as well. It's just going to discover all. We haven't created any security groups, so whatever built-in groups are there, it's going to discover that. Yeah, let's populate SCCM with some information. We may need it later, but not now. But anyway, we need to know how to configure that. So right-click group discovery properties and enable Active Directory group discovery. And then click add, and we can click location, and that would be the location of the container in which the groups are available. And we can also give a name here, and child containers, it can search as well. We can just go to browse, and when you click browse, everyone is able to see your Active Directory, right? Anyone who is not able to see Active Directory at this point? None, right? So you should be able to see. If not, turn off your firewall on the domain controller. On both sides, check firewall and basically check your ping by name, NS lookup, everything, you know, the basic connectivity with domain controller. There's nothing wrong. If it does not come up from browse, it's just basic connectivity. So, okay, I'm just going to keep it to the top, my domain, press OK. And
I'm getting a different window. It's like when you search something in Active Directory.
Okay. So if I go browse,
there is no firewall. If I click on browse, I'm getting that select group window.
So just type here domain users if you get this window. But strange that I'm getting this and you're getting that. Did you? Oh, no. You selected. I selected location. You selected group. So if I go back to cancel, if I cancel out, I think you selected the first one.
Groups.
Yes, group. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, let's go that way as well. If we go to groups.
Yeah, I got the same thing. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. So if we go to group, there's one group that every user is a part of, and whenever you create a user, domain user is always there. If there's administrator, domain administrator is always there. So I'll just if I add domain users, every group nested inside this should be also populated. If we go group wise, if you go location wise, then anything in a specific container, in specific OU, or across the whole domain, whatever security groups it catches, it's going to populate that, right? So location wise or group wise, we have two. So if I just put there all groups, although we have nothing configured in with respect to groups, so I'm just putting it for the basic, thing. Also, so if I press OK, this is all groups is showing here, but you can go location wise and group wise, and we understand why they are there, right? So if you go OU wise and domain wise search, go for location, or just specific groups type, then go for groups. And
Amir, could you please again just how you added this all groups? I know that you, please one step back.
Yeah. So how did I get there? Yeah.
No. You choose groups. Choose this one, please. Okay, and then how you just browse.
Yeah, go to browse, and I just put the domain users there.
Okay, got it.
Domain user and check name. Yeah.
But we can also search groups here. Like if we have some groups in the Active Directory, we can search them as well, right?
Yeah, because it's going to only search groups, like it's showing in the object types. So if you just go for advanced and press OK, it's gonna give all the groups there. So, but it also gives the nested groups inside those groups. Like if you have added, many groups inside one group. So it's gonna populate all those as well, right? So that's why I put domain users. Any other group created is also part of the domain user as well. Otherwise, location-wise, if I go for location, so why don't I just? I have already selected groups. I'll add the location as well. I mean, it's not like or this or this. It is and. So I'll just go location-wise as well. So all in my domain, I'll just type this and browse and just select my domain. Press OK. Whatever is under my domain. If I had a child domain, if I had many child domains, so I would just go for specific child domain or parent domain and child domains. I would just keep on going like that. So it will cover lots of areas or specific areas. Press OK. Now location-wise, I have groups and group-wise groups, right? So okay, then there's polling schedule. So this is all about when do you want SCCM to gather that information again. Delta discovery is like anything if you have changed or any incremental changes, just grab that. You created just another group, one more group. So delta discovery could be every 5 minutes. Oh, there is one more group created. Okay, let's add that too. And the full, after 7 days, it will go through the whole environment and check for whatever changes are there. So it's like a full backup and incremental backup kind of thing, right? So any delta discovery is just incremental discovery. Options, only discover computers that have logged on to a domain in a given period of time. So there are stale records. Some computers are just gone. I mean, you may have formatted them, thrown away, but the name is in the Active Directory still. So it's all about if you are adding computers. So this is just a group discovery. We can leave this option, but of course we can create groups of computers as well, right? So just like we added a computer to that system management, although it's a container, but we can add computers to the group as well. So computers are there, but we're going to go to system discovery where we're going to test these things. Right now, this polling schedule to discover everything after 7 days, and data discovery every 5 minutes, like any small changes happen, just discover that, and general, which is location-wise and group-wise, right? So apply this. Do you want to run full discovery? Yes. It will always ask that. Press OK. Third one, so 2 enabled. Third one is Active Directory System Discovery, properties. We're going to see kind of same things, a little different than others. Okay, enable Active Directory System Discovery. Now my machines should be showing after this is configured. So I'll go to this yellow star, or we can call it SpongeBob. Funny, right? Oh, okay. So the SpongeBob, we click there, and we can go to location, and it's clicking browse. So anything in my domain, discover every computer, right? So that's just Windows computers, right? Whoever is joined to the domain. That's okay. I'm just gonna go for the top domain container and discover objects within Active Directory groups, or recursively search Active Directory child containers. But I'm just gonna keep it like that. The Active Directory discovery account must have read permission to the specified location. Yeah, we're using administrator account, which is the king of the jungle. So everything is okay, right? Okay, press OK.
Can you repeat that browse option again? Just delete that and add them again.
So enable Active Directory System Discovery. Everyone there? Yes. Okay, thank you for that reply. And then you just click the SpongeBob. Oh, okay. I should just call it yellow button because I think maybe okay. So and then go to browse. So what are we doing here? Discover all the computers, all the machines, and line them up in that, you know, other settings. Assets and compliance, we're going to go there and see the results there. But we're just trying to discover all the systems. So it's going to just go to computers, go to domain controllers, and just going to get all the information that's already available there and line them up for SCCM to use. So in our case, we just select the topmost, my domain, anything under that, any computers under that, just go and discover and line up. That's all. So I didn't do anything else. I just want basic discoveries, but there is no advanced option anyway here. So you got it? Cancel. We can keep on adding as well. Maybe there's one container, then there's another container, then there's a third container. We can just keep on clicking that SpongeBob here. When do I quit saying that? Yellow button there. Polling schedule, we know already. Discover all the computers after 7 days. It goes through the whole Active Directory for that. Or data discovery every 5 minutes. The same thing. That if there's a new computer, just check and add. So Active Directory attributes, and this is interesting. Already Active Directory is going to search for all the computers, object grid-wise, name-wise, SAM account name-wise, object SID. So it's going to discover all these things: DNS host name, user account control, last logon timestamp. According to these criteria, it will always, since we set this discovery to enable, this is the criteria. Oh, object SID given from domain. Okay, let me search that. Oh, there's a DNS host name, new DNS host name in the DNS. Okay, let me add that guy as well. Oh, there's a user account control enabled on these Windows 8 machines, you know, that pops up everything. Do you really want that software to be installed? Or, oh, there's a last logon timestamp. Somebody used it, this machine. Oh, this thing is already there. So there are many criteria already on which it will start the search, and it will keep adding the machines. So this is already enough, like DNS host name or object ID, just the name of the computer. But you can add still more criteria. That's why, you know, the machine, you can see even there the bad password time, bad count, password count. Anyone had done this to discover on a machine, and that machine was not there in the SCCM, it's going to discover that way as well. So anyway, this is how attribute-wise we can discover the machines as well. And already this is there, so that's how granular or specific SCCM can go. Then there are options. This is where we really need to make sure, I mean, we do it, and it's recommended, that only discover computers that have logged on to a domain in a given period of time. That is 90 days. So in our case, we have many times there are contractors, which are 1 month contractors, 2 months contractors. They are given a machine, then the machine is gone by that name. So the name is already there, but the machine is gone after 1 month. So in our case, we are put it in 30 days. That if the machine has logged in 30 days, but if the machine has not, we can also put it here 120 days, 130 days as well. According to, hey, at least give it a time that maybe after 1 month or 2 months, the machine do contact the servers. So it's the time since last log on. So this is okay. Only discover computers that have updated their computer account password in a given period of time. So every 30 days, computer accounts update their password with Active Directory in the background. If they are joined to the domain, they update their password. We don't have to do anything about that. This is just a background thing. So computers also have passwords, not only the users. So if they have communicated with Active Directory within, so both settings are okay, 90 days, or you can make it less according to your company requirements. But this is good because some computers are just gone. So after at least 90 days, if they have not logged into, SCCM will consider them as, not working computers. So that's good. So it's gonna not collect those, add those computers which have never been used, or at least 90 days have been passed and they have not been used. So general, yes, anything in my domain, go and just discover that. So everyone has configured that? Yes. Okay, thank you for this reply. Apply. Oh, too fast. You just hurt my feelings now. So anyway, where can we find the presentation slides? Oh yeah. So yes, I'm going to put that in the soon coming break. Guys, let me know whenever you all need a break. And make me repeat whatever I went fast on. So you could tell me, please repeat this: group discovery or system discovery or forest discovery. In the chat you can say that, or you can unmute yourself and say that, right? So till now everything good? Shall I go ahead?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, there were 2 yeps. Okay, so yep. But yes, Alice, I would try to be slowing down. Yeah. So that's okay. And hello. Oh, okay. Anyway, so user discovery. This is disabled. Let's discover that too. We have few users, or we have lots of users. We can just right-click on properties and go there. Same options there. Enable Active Directory user discovery. And that same SpongeBob there. Yellow icon. Let's go there. Click browse. Same thing. Discover everything in my domain. So I just keep on selecting my domain. That's it. Whatever is there, discover it. I haven't created 390 users. I will, even if I do it later, I'm pressing OK here after just adding my domain. So polling schedule, still discover after 7 days, everything, and 5 minutes, anything added new, incremental. And Active Directory attributes, discover users by their object GUID, by their name, user access control. So all these SIDS and GUID based searches can be done for users as well as for the computers, which is system discovery. So that's pretty specific and granular. So yes, I just selected the top level domain, that's all, nothing else. Apply. Press yes, and OK. Hardware discovery, it's already enabled, and we need not. So I double click that. After 1 week, they are telling us, they are scheduled to tell us, hey, we are alive, and then policy there. In our domain, in our setup, we already have like a few machines. So I'm just putting it to 1 hour. Hey, there are no minutes here? No, okay. So yeah. So 1 hour, can we do it half? Oh, anyway, so 1.5, yeah. Oh, no, that will be more than an hour still. So 0 hours. So apply that 1 hour. So hardware discovery. So we could see some messages coming and back and forth in our monitoring. We can change it back to anything, but right now we need to hear from our machines. So I'm just putting it to 1 hour, the hardware discovery. Normally, according to your huge environment, you should not do that, right? Okay, network discovery, last one. If I right-click and properties that, so there's enable network discovery, then there are so many options there. Subnets, domains, SNMP, simple network management protocol, SNMP devices, DHCP, servers, schedule. So general enable network discovery. If I do that, what does it do? Topology. The topology discovery type defines the topology of your network by discovering IP subnets and routers. And it is dependent upon the number of router hops selected on the SNMP tab. Okay. So topology and client, already we are selecting, discovering clients. So you know what? It's not needed now. Even I wanted to discover my CentOS client. There is boundaries that is another way to contact the devices. So I'm just gonna put the IP range there to have the devices communicate. But if you wanna go ahead and enable that, it's okay. I would, for now, I would not. Later, I will. So already this type of discovery is going on because we have Windows-based environment. So for now, I'm going away from there. But definitely, I would want to know what routers we have, what switches we have. So we're gonna come back here and discover it after we are comfortable with the other searches, right? Because guys, it's gonna get trickier now. So you have to be on your troubleshooting tips on top of it. So apply. So I'm just canceling out from here for now. We're gonna visit this back network discovery. All four we enabled ourselves. The fifth one was already enabled. Discovery is going on. If I go to assets and compliance now, okay. So do you all see your devices there in the devices area? You can chat as yes, or you could say yes.
Yes, I can see my machines here.
So I can see my Windows 7, Windows 8. Notice that it's no for everything. This no is that we haven't deployed SCCM client yet.
Could you,
right?
Could you please move the screen a little left?
Okay, again what? Should I move what?
Could you please move the screen a little bit left? The back screen itself, because I don't see what is the devices users. I don't see it well.
Okay, so it's oh, you don't see that? Oh. Do you see now? I have made the screen bigger. And assets and compliance I went, and then I went to devices. And all the clients should be showing there, the domain controller as well as the clients. So it should be showing for everyone if you have all gone to assets and compliance. Okay, and devices. So if you go to users, all the users have been discovered as well as the groups have been discovered. I have, in my case, just one user actually. Oh, two guests as well, right? Oh, even the guest is not discovered. So everyone should be showing this. Once we create more users, it's going to discover that too. So users statement. So that's the devices and users that have been done. Then we're going to create the collections as well. But let's get back to the discovery we have covered. Let's go for boundaries now. Everyone is any question till now?
If I need to run a discovery to maybe for a troubleshooting purpose or so, should I come to this administration area and run the?
Yeah. So if I have gone back, and suppose I've just added one more machine. I want to rediscover it now. So right click, run full discovery now. You can right click any of those, and it will do the discovery at once.
Okay. So this is the place.
Yeah, and otherwise, when we have gone through each configuration, we know that delta discovery, which will detect the changes, is going to be running every 5 minutes. So our machines will be detected within 5 minutes, and we can change this to 1 minute as well.
But it's for user, not for the machine.
Sorry?
It's just for the user, not for the machine.
If I go to the machine here, polling schedule, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Just one question, maybe I missed that. What is the difference between heartbeat discovery and all other discoveries?
Yeah, so heartbeat discovery is that clients who will be discovered and who have been discovered now, whenever they are discovered, they will start saying, hey, I'm alive, and they will be saying every 1 day if you select that, or every 1 week. That was selected actually. Every 1 week they will just say, tell active SCCM, hey, we are alive, and if you have any policy for us, if you have any information new for us. We're going to talk about configure the client settings as well, but this is all about discovery only. Heartbeat discovery just means just like in clustering, right? Hey, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. That's it. So 1 hours, I've just put it down to 1 hours, and this is client saying to SCCM, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. That's it. So that's it. Any other questions, guys?
If this one is disabled, so what is the complications or impact on the overall SCCM?
Network discovery?
Heartbeat discovery.
Oh, then SCCM will not know any information about, suppose we had 10,000 clients and we removed 1,000 clients from there. So every 1 hour or every 1 week, it was supposed to tell that all the list of the clients, all the clients are supposed to communicate it. Well, it will not know. Then we have to manually run our discovery, or it will discover whenever it has been programmed to discover that. But if the clients are able to say that to the SCCM, that's also good, instead of rediscovering that later or longer time. In bigger environments, discovery times are huge, because they don't want huge traffic to be generated if they start forest discovery or system discovery every few days. So they sometimes put it to months even. But the clients are told, hey, you report to us every 1 week. So this is critical actually, and we are not supposed to even touch it. But definitely in our environment, we need some quicker, hey, I'm here still. The SCCM need to know that they're there. So
the heartbeat discovery is for client, and the other discoveries are from the server side.
Yes, you said it exactly right. That's what we discovered from the server side. Heartbeat discovery is for the clients who are discovered and added in SCCM, that they need to report are they alive or not.
Okay.
So okay, let's go ahead. Any other question, guys? Okay. So whenever you need a break, let me know. I'll upload the slides at that time. I'll go on. I've just started my machine. So I'm just going to go back to the slide. Okay, discovery methods are done. The main portion is, the main thing is that, okay, boundary and boundary groups. So first we discover machines and network assets, and then we overview of client assignment. Client assignment is a process that determines the configuration manager site that manages a client computer. Okay, weren't we talking about boundaries? Yeah, that is a boundary. So let me get back to client assignment because I need to cover this boundary, and before any future break, imminent break coming, I need to cover this. A network location, boundary.
There is a question from Rolando. Please see the chat.
Yeah. It's not in the chat yet. He's writing.
I think he sent it to me instead of you. He should send it to everyone. He said that all this configuration from AD forest discovery up to network discovery were part of initial configuration before you can use SCCM.
Yes. We can only use SCCM if we can configure anything else, but when we don't have anything to work on, there's no purpose of installing the whole thing. So yes, discovery is always the first part we do after.
But then I have another question.
Yeah.
Do we have some kind of policies or something like which we need to configure before discovering the devices, or it's okay to discover the devices first and then we can work on boundaries and policies or anything?
So what happens in production environments? There already are many security hardenings going on. Some security procedures are there, firewalls are there, and there are many things that the client devices do not get discovered in time. So what actually happens is that we first plan and design it. So maybe we have huge environments, we have so many branches, so we are already starting to put distribution points or converting the file servers of many branches into distribution points and installing the management points per site for the clients to communicate for policies. The discovery is started and it goes on sometimes for 1 or 2 weeks because we know that so many of the clients will not get discovered, so we already get Excel sheets from different teams, from different administrators that, hey, can you give me all the servers and clients you are managing? So all the teams submit their long list of servers and clients. And then we start discovering, and then the SCCM discovers, and so many of the machines also do not get discovered for certain communication reasons, for some connectivity reasons at that part of the, so discovery is started and it's kept on going even though we are still installing and the basic infrastructure of SCCM. So discovery is the longest part, and without that, without having all complete network assets discovered, we cannot go ahead properly.
So are there any specific ports which we need to open our firewalls or?
So there are ports. There are ports. If you want to discover outside your network to different branches, yes, you have to open those firewalls. This is coming also for when we are communicating outside our branch. This information, yeah, the firewall ports, exceptions need to be added. This lab I've designed for our small lab, but in production environment, there is no compulsory policy. There is no software configurations other than what we have gone through already. Other than the approvals and firewall exceptions, no, there is nothing else.
Okay.
Okay. So boundary. And yeah, you can put it to everyone, or you could put the question to, a network location that contains, so what is boundary? A network location that contains one or more devices that you want to manage. Okay. So maybe within our own huge branch, or within our branch, we just want, maybe there are 3 or 4 subnets. Suppose there are 4 floors in a building, and each floor the network administrator has given a separate subnet. So maybe you just want the 4th floor computers to be first discovered and you want to only manage SCCM through SCCM only the fourth floor. And the fourth floor subnet is 192.168.4.1 up to 4.255. So we can create a boundary. So discovery will discover everything. Boundary is, hey, yeah, discover, but can you keep it to what I really want right now? And I don't want to go through everything you've discovered and then point out my things. So can you just, we create boundaries according to IP subnets. We create boundaries according to Active Directory sites. So maybe you have like, hundreds of sites. SCCM, the main way to deploy SCCM or any other application is you go slow. You expand slow. You at once do not expand. So always Active Directory sites, if there are, then maybe there are just two sites, two huge sites having so many child domains inside. So you would want to have a boundary created according to IP subnet, according to Active Directory site to keep a limit to what you discover. So IP range subnets or full IP ranges you can give, or IPv6 prefixes. So you could discover you can put a boundary according to these criteria. And what is a boundary group? So once you create a boundary according to subnets or range or Active Directory site or IPv6 prefix, then you go for boundary groups. You can still create groups. So in an example where I was saying the fourth floor, suppose, has 192.168.4.x range, and now you want to, you already created a second boundary, which is 192.168.3.x, and then 192.168.2.x. Now you want to only combine the two boundaries in a boundary group, the fourth floor and the second floor only. For the reasons, it could be any reason. Like maybe those are just Windows XP machines, or those are the machines that need to be, they're older machines and they need to be thrown out first. So, okay, migrate everything. So discover first only these and then migrate, right? You could have any kind of criteria where you want to be very specific. So we create many boundaries. We can create many boundaries. One Active Directory site, one boundary, second Active Directory site. So maybe there are 100 sites. So 100 boundaries, right? So each boundary will discover their own users and computers. But then you can group them together into, boundary groups. So all Active Directory sites or just specific IP subnet boundary groups. Theoretically it's easy. An object you create to organize the boundaries that have been defined already. So let's now define the boundary first. You can use boundary groups to perform the following functions: providing automatic site assignment for clients, enabling content access to distribution points or state migration points. So again, if you have detected all the 192.168.4.x machines, then you can just do these tasks that provide them, which site do they belong to, which SCCM site. So we should not be confused with Active Directory sites and SCCM sites. They are totally different. So we can give, when we were installing SCCM, you may have remembered that you had to give a 3-word, site name. And in our case, I think, we all gave TOR, Toronto. So site assignments have to be done for the clients. Clients must know that they are connecting to Toronto site. Suppose a client is wrongfully connected to London site, England, London site, while the client machine Windows 8 is actually in Toronto. So this means that it's trying to grab the software over the WAN from the London site, and all the other clients, Toronto clients, are actually grabbing from the local site. So this client is just, wasting all our bandwidth for nothing. So yes, the site has to be assigned to the clients, and we're gonna, when we deploy the SCCM client, we're gonna have to go to the client side, and I will go through those options that you should check in one of the clients, random clients when we in the production environment. We always check randomly some clients. Hey, did they get the correct site? They're not supposed to be in the England, London site when they're actually in the Toronto physically available. So, and enabling access to distribution points. So, London file server should not be available for application deployment for Toronto-based clients. It should be Toronto file servers or distribution points, right? Or state migration points where all the user data for migration is saved before and after. So boundary group is a collection of boundaries. Easy, right? User and device section. Yeah.
Yeah. The question is, can I create a boundary through Active Directory attributes instead of network attributes? Like department, particular finance department, I want to isolate to a boundary.
Yeah, and that's an interesting question. Let's go there and check that out. But it's accurately site-based already. We can create boundary. All the 4 categories are given there. Site is, I agree, is still, a site could have so many things inside the whole domain, or maybe a bunch of domains, one parent domain and few child domains, and containers as well. So yes, if you want to go container-wise, already we have that discovery option of container-wise, but now we are putting some boundaries. So I'm just going to go to the, let's go to the SCCM server and go and create a boundary first, and we will discover those options right now. If we create the new boundary, so right-click on the boundary. So everyone there, administration, then boundaries, just below the discovery methods, right? So if we go to the boundaries, right-click that and create boundary. Everyone did that? Yes. Thank you for this reply. But you can put that on chat as well. Hey, Amir, you're going, slow down. You're being fast and furious. Oh, anyway. So description, Toronto. I'm just putting a name there. Boundary. Toronto boundary, right? So type IP subnet. Now when we drop down, it's all those 4 things, right? So IP subnet, Active Directory site, IPv6 prefix, IP address range. So that's it, guys. Well, it was in the theory, slide as well. But when we go to, suppose we go to Active Directory site here. Now Active Directory site name. When we click browse, it's loading. So I have selected Active Directory site here, and then I browsed. It's going to go for what? So remember on the last day, our class, we had created 6 Active Directory sites, and then we had subnets given to that, and then we defined the cost. So this is the default first site. That's it.
Which class?
Last class, when we had those, quite a mess. Oh, not a mess. I mean, like, it was a very nice thing we were doing. Oh, okay, anyway. So, so Active Directory site we configured. So it's okay. Do forget that. It just broke my heart. Anyway, so default first site name. Yes. So the question which was put that can we do on container based or OU based? No, that's not possible. It just goes on these 4 criteria. You just give a range, or you just give IPv6 or IP address range or subnet, right? We already we are searching forest-wide search. We are doing already that. So I just wanted to show that yeah, it's not OU based. So I'm just going to go back to IP subnet right now and give that IP subnet range instead of the site. Although you can create 2 boundaries, one is site-based and the second is subnet-based. I'm going first for this boundary, which is IP subnet, right? So 192.168 in 0 dot. So 0 dot. I will just give, of course, the full range. 0.1 up to create a boundary for my full range 92.168.0.254. So the subnet has been discovered as 192.168.0.0. So
Amir,
yeah.
But after network there is a subnet mask, and you put the IP address there, right?
Ah man. So welcome back. Oh, welcome back, Amir. Actually, not you. So 192.168.0.0 would be the network, right? Or shall I put 1? Should be 0. So it will be the subnet mask. Oh, I was putting the range. Okay, I'm gonna go there later, and then I just mistake that for that. Thanks for letting me do that. So 255.255.0. Is it going to accept that if I click apply? So I have this range, this boundary selected. If I press OK now, the boundary is showing. I'll create another boundary now, create boundary. Although one is okay, but I just wanted to make sure that site is selected too. So AD site, Toronto, just to make it look like a little professional. So I'm just going to go for drop down as Active Directory site. Click browse. Default first site name. Apply. Okay. So everyone's boundaries look like this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
yes. Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. So let's go quickly for boundary group. Let's just create one boundary group as well, where there are a little more options.
What we are doing? Why we are doing that?
Just first of all, need to know what are boundaries and how they're configured. I just wanted to show you all the options inside anything that we are doing. What are our options, so we could remember later that, oh yeah, we have that option there, I remember that, I did it in the lab. Otherwise, yeah, so we have to once go through this, and then maybe we're not going to touch that again, but there's references that I wanted to show. So Toronto boundary, I'm just going to go that because we have in our environment lots of boundaries configured.
Toronto boundary group or Toronto boundary?
Group. Boundary group. And we can give all the details of, yeah, it's just IP based, or it's just few branches, or these branches we are configuring this boundary. And once we put that, then we can click add. And now we see both the boundaries there, right? Everyone sees that, right? So just press OK, do both of them. And that's going to be one group. And when we give references here, so
can you do one thing? Can you remove one of them?
Any one of them? Okay.
Yeah, and just apply. Do what you are doing. Yeah, apply and just do what you are doing.
Okay. So, oh, you were going really fast. So references. Use this boundary group for site assignment. So this boundary group, already we have a site which is SCCM site, Toronto site, right? So this is the SCCM site assigned to that. Make sure, guys, make sure you click this. This is going to really affect, our next lab. So click add here. So what we're doing is that those boundary groups, we need to connect them to a site. So we are telling SCCM, hey, these Toronto boundary groups, they have everything to do with the Toronto site. They're not related to London site or Singapore site or anything else. So you have to relate it to something. So there are many sites also coming later in SCCM when we start creating other sites, suppose. So yes, this is an option. Even if there is only one site, still we need to click this. And click add here. So I went down there. So content location. So boundary groups, whatever is discovered in the boundary groups, need to be connected to a site, and then they need to be told who is the SCCM server or the site server that is hosting all this information. So click add here. Click add. Server 2 is our SCCM server for everyone, and press OK. We are going with these configurations slow and steady because later I don't want to see a flood of troubleshooting, although it's unavoidable. I hope it goes in the first go for everyone. But anyway, till now everyone has configured this and know the purpose that we have created boundaries just to be specific and not, everything gets discovered in a huge environment. It becomes really big. So we create boundaries to specify, hey, this is what I'm working on right now. So I'm just creating a boundary for that. Then I tell that boundary you are connected not to London site, not to Singapore site. You boundary, Mr. Boundary, you are connected to the Toronto site, and this server is hosting you, server 2. Till now, this is what we configured, right? Apply this. If this is applied, and press OK. So
now just go back to the boundary. Now just go back to the boundaries.
Yeah.
And select the other one. What was not selected in the boundary group?
So I have to go back to the boundary group, right? Show members.
Yes. I think it was IP. So you can click on the site. Go to the boundary.
Sorry. Yeah, boundary and properties. And
yeah, it was IP.
Add.
IP. Yeah.
Right?
No, what I'm saying that don't add it, cancel it,
okay.
Cancel it.
So why would you not want me to add that?
Just to show another option, go to the boundaries where we created these two boundaries. Go there.
Yeah.
So click on default first site.
Yeah.
It's not open yet. Property is okay. So we can also add server and boundary group from here.
Yeah, we can directly
go to the boundary group. Go to the boundary group.
Yeah, I was seeing that from here. We can add boundaries group from there. I just wanted to go there and do that, right? And in fact, we have done it already for this one, right? So if we go to properties, it should be populated here and here. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So yeah, we can directly go inside. Then the question would have, hey, then what is this for? So that's why I separately did that. But definitely, this is also a good point that we can do from the boundaries also and add it to there.
Now I got lost. Now I got lost, guys.
Thank you, Manzar. Okay. So
why we have done that? I don't understand.
No.
You can show him that slides again where you explain the boundaries and boundary group.
So are you seeing the slide?
Yes.
Yes, I see the slide. Yes.
Okay, so boundary was created because there are so many. When we start a discovery on a site or on a system, so we have configured 4 discoveries, 4 types of discoveries. They discover everything, and in a 10,000 or let's say not 10,000, 80,000 machine environment, you would want whatever is discovered, you would want it in an organized manner, or you may want to just discover some specific types of network assets instead of everything. So boundaries are created to only discover certain type of range or certain type of IP address range or subnet mask or Active Directory. So they have just tried to give us an option of, hey, don't discover everything, or we have discovered everything, let's still organize it in a boundary. So let's keep it towards just specific machines like 192.168 4 machines only. Don't select, don't discover anything.
Yeah, of sorting in groups and boundaries, and to make our life easier.
Yeah, exactly. So boundary is just for, hey, keep it to this
to better
type of
administration
range. Yeah, for easier administration and keep our life easier. Otherwise, it's a huge amount of network assets that gets discovered. If you don't put boundaries, it's a long, huge range of everything. 172.16, 192.4, 192.168, 10.00
You know,
ranges,
it's, Amir, I think it's the same like folders in our typical PC environment.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. So it's just making our life easier. But then we need to make our life even easier than that, because we are still talking about SCCM. SCCM is always there where there are like thousands of machines, right? So even smaller environments, but bigger environments always have this. So then there is a thing called collections. So this will be our last, configuration as per the discovering of machines and organizing the discovered machines, right? So we have done the discovery, so every boundary must be attached to a boundary group and each group to a site. If we have just one boundary, Alice, then it's not compulsory to make a boundary group. But when we have 2 or more, and it is still a best practice to connect that. I have worked in one of the smaller environments where there was just a few hundred machines, and they were rich people, so they had SCCM. So we just had one boundary. Even we didn't need that boundary because there was a few hundred machines. So we just worked fine. So it's not compulsory to have boundary groups created, but once you create them, then you have to tell them which site you're connected to, because a boundary group is created when you are talking about huge machines, huge number of machines. So yeah, it's not compulsory, but it is deployed definitely where there's huge number of machines we're talking about. So that's why boundary groups. And yes, then when you create boundary groups, it's good, it's best practice to connect it to a site.
Are we taking a break, or we will finish early, like around 8:30?
Early around 8:30.
We started late actually.
Yeah. So yeah. Hey, I'm looking at the chat. If you need a break, 10-minute break, yeah, you can have it. So Mohammed Ramdan is ready, but no one else is ready, Mohammed. So let's carry on with the class. 10 break.
Okay.
Okay, guys, 10-minute break. Let's come back with the deployment of our clients, and that's going to be tough. Okay.
So you're just recording now?
Meeting recording is in progress. Yeah, okay, cool. So guys, let's do this overview of user and device collection. So what we have done till now is saw all the interface options, so how the configuration interface really looks like, and what are the features, overview, and then we did go for the discovery of all the machines we have, and the types of discovery we can have, and how many times it's going to refresh those discoveries. Also, then we went for boundaries and the reason for configuring the boundaries. Now we're coming down to collections, and then we're going to finally deploy the SCCM clients. And there are many ways to do that, and how to configure a client, and how powerful a SCCM client with so many options is.
If you remember, I asked you one question, and I'm again asking the same question. Like, for example, we discovered everything before creating the boundaries. So if we will create boundaries boundary groups first, and then we will discover the thing. Then don't you think so it will go automatically in the related boundary in the groups?
Because yes, it will, because it has been defined that. So it's not only one-time discovery for the boundary, it's going to keep on refreshing those things, although it's not mentioned there. You know, the discovery process and the boundary. So boundary depends on what has been discovered by the discovery process. So discovery process, we can put it down to, you know, it's already every 5 minutes it's going to discover delta discoveries, which means every 5 minutes any new changes will be discovered. As soon as they are discovered, they will be placed in those boundaries. You know, if the IP has been like that, 192.168.4 was our range of IP in the boundary. So it will be placed or organized that way. So first discovery process catches everything, and it keeps on catches every 5 minutes everything, every new thing, and on 7 days it goes through everything again from the start to the finish. So the boundary will keep it to specific. So it all depends on the discovery process, how soon you want to discover things, and then the boundary will catch on after that. So yes, first discovery process has to be configured, and then only boundary kicks in. Or if you configure boundary first, it's not going to make sense. Yeah. Okay. So collections. Yeah, it's an easy thing. If we have discovered everything, collections represent groups of resources that consist of computers, users, and security groups. So with boundaries, we already specified some restraints, some kind of scope that, hey, we're gonna just only work on or discover only. We're gonna only try to send our SCCM client only to that type of clients, maybe the range based or Active Directory site based. That's so now you can use collections to organize resources into manageable units, organize collections of target resources for performing operations such as application deployments or installing software updates. So I was giving that example of groups in Active Directory where we were, OU in Active Directory, organizational unit, and then we were connecting group policies to organizational units, right? That was the example I was giving. So here, when you create device collections or user collections, you can deploy software applications or make any registry changes or any scripts you want to run. You have to connect those, you have to apply those changes to a collection. So it's just like that OU and group policy, relationship. Collections and whatever you deploy are related as well. So if we create collections, we're going to understand exactly what is going on. But first of all, collections are organized resources into manageable units, target groups of computers for specific configuration settings, integrate role-based administration. So maybe I delegate you or you delegate me to just run SCCM on New York machines. I'm delegated to only. So role-based administration can be done by giving certain collections to somebody to manage. So collection is just a group of users and devices. When we create, we're gonna really know what we are talking about. The second thing is going to be very important, because how you discover shows that how good you are in SCCM, because there will be many type of criteria that your boss will throw at you. Hey, I want machines with that specific requirement because I want them out. I want all the old machines with 4 GB RAM and Windows XP and older, all Office versions, Office 2003. So only select that from New York, London, and Singapore branch, and leave the other 50 branches alone. And they should be there. So Windows XP, 4 GB RAM, and then 64-bit. There are 32-bit machines and 64-bit hardware architecture. So criteria goes and goes and goes and goes. No, only this, and just try to select those machines according to that, this and that. So if your criteria increases, you will have to go with the query rule, right? We're gonna see that, and then it comes down to if you have a programming background or if you have a SQL Server background. That's all gonna help. But still, there are ready-made queries up in the internet as well. You can modify those queries according to how you want to search all the network assets across the whole environment, globally, wherever those machines are, how you want to search them. So including collections, exclude collections, direct rule, query rule. Let's go and start creating a collection and then see these options there. So incremental collection member evaluation every 5 minutes. So wherever is a collection member, suppose you created a Windows 7 collection. One of the 10 machines out of 100 machines are gone. So every 5 minutes, the collection will be updated with the status of the members. Are they still there? Are they gone? Full collection member evaluation every 7 days. By default, everything is on 7 days. Specify a limiting collection as a basis for resources. So you can have some limits in the collection as well, according to the resources. Maybe a collection of, I was going to say 10 printers, but what can we do with SCCM on printers? But of course, printers are discovered. Whatever is IP based is discovered as well. So let's go and try the collections. The next thing is managing client. This topic is coming. So okay, the big and last topic is connection of clients, main thing. So if I go quickly to the network and assets and compliance. So guys, from administration, we can go back to the assets and compliance. We already see that we have discovered users, all the users. We have discovered all our devices. In my case, only that my Linux machine is still not there. Yes, and it should not be there. I'm going to see some of the troubleshoot that later. But now let's create a device collection. So there already are some options there in the device collection. All desktop and server clients, 00. But first we see that all unknown computers. 2, all system is the main thing which contains everything actually. All systems. So if I double click that, these are all the systems that are showing here, and it says no to them, right? But if you go to user collection, same thing, all user groups, all users, and all users and user groups. So total of 22 groups. User is just one administrator, because I did not create till now 390 users, but if they were there, it would. I wanted to create those 390 users because I wanted to see how accurate SCCM detects everything. And so far so good as well. One user and 22 groups. If we go to the device collection and right-click that, let's create a collection just to know the options, right? So I'm right-click the device collection, create device collection, and there's the name for that. So Toronto devices. I'm just naming it Toronto devices or Toronto devices. So select a collection to use as a limiting collection. The limiting collection establishes the resources that you can add to this collection by using membership rules. There are rules coming there. Right now, if I browse, I can add those collections or there which are already. Suppose I add all systems. Suppose if I go to browse, I go and add all systems. So this means whatever is discovered is, I can add that, or I can just go for mobile devices. If we have mobile devices, it would be fun if we could, give Wi-Fi connection. Wi-Fi connection is already there with our mobile devices, but if we can detect through SCCM our home machines as well, and that then will include all the tablets and, cell phones as well, and the mobile devices should be detected that way, and it should appear here. So this way we will know, oh, SCCM is so accurate, it knows that this IP is mobile device-based IP. So yeah, we should try that too by putting this machine on network discovery, IP-based discovery, and then put it on bridging. But anyway, this is just an experiment to see if this it detects mobile devices or not, or all desktop and server clients. So I'm just going to go for all systems, just so that this collection contains everything. Or when you click down here, it's not giving option right now because I'm giving it just it is just a device collection, right? So when we go again to the collections of users, then it will give another option here. So all systems, just to have all the devices included there, press OK. Let's go next. Till now, nothing, just all systems were added, which is everything. Now, membership rules determine the resources that are included in the collection when it appears. Okay, so let's go for a rule. There is a direct rule, there is a query rule, and include collections means whatever is already there. Maybe we have other different collections. If you go to direct rule, so cancel out. I'm selecting the direct rule here. Add rule, direct rule. Then I'm going to go for query. So everyone sees that? I'm not going fast, right? Okay. Now we will be comparing collections and then deploying something client to the. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just looking at the chat. Turn on all your machine clients. Okay. So direct rule, next, and resource class. So unknown computer or system resource, which is already discovered here. Attribute type, attribute name. So now direct rule has such a long collection. CPU based, CPU type. According to that, you want to have machine added to this collection. You want to have client type or client version. Suppose if I go for client type, I need to put a value here like percent or XP machine there, exclude resources marked as obsolete. I could go for IP addresses, IP subnets, IPv6, full domain name, FQDN, distinguished name. So yeah, there are many ways or many criteria types that I could discover. Only if you want to discover virtual machines, that's cool. So there's a huge list that we can discover the machines, our machines. So I could go for just Active Directory, active machines only. So this is just already there. In fact, one of my machines is not active. The Windows 8 is on pause. So that might not be discovered. So I'll just resume that again. It just went to pause itself. Exclude resources marked as obsolete. If they are marked as obsolete and SCCM discovers that, it's not going to add it to that. Exclude resources that do not have configuration client installed. The next lab is that we're going to install the configuration client. But if they don't have configuration client installed, well, the thing is that we would want to discover and then install the client there, right? So, but in any way, maybe you want to have this specific collection where you don't want to include anything that does not have a SCCM client. So definitely we can just put that. And we can put a value or a string here for any of the types discovered. Maybe CPU type if we discovered, then we have to go and check what types of CPU. So I would go for the SCCM forum. I would I will Google it. If we put the CPU type, what strings how do we put the value here for a 64-bit architecture for CPU type, or how do we put the value of 2.6 gigahertz quad core? How would quad core represent? There will be a values, lots of values, and a huge amount of tables given for how do you want to put all the, how do you want to put the strings there in order to fully, go for the, in order to select the criteria correctly to search. So if I go for CPU type and 64-bit architecture with quad core, i7, so no i3 will be selected, search, no i5 will be searched, just i7 like quad core, not dual core.
Or it just for Intel or AMD based CPUs.
Yeah, then there are Intel as well. Then the main thing is how do you type that string value? So then we have to go to the forums. I'll get you that list. I have that in my huge amount of SCCM documents, the whole list. So this is something I need to provide you just to do another type of search, right? Right now, let's put it to active, and do we need to put a string here for now? If we don't put a string, suppose, and we click next, it says, hey, you better put a attribute there. So let me just get you that attribute from the collection. Okay, this is the site, and I have that on the other slide. The collection, let me just put it on in front of you. Oh, should I put it earlier?
Yes, sir, you can hear it.
Okay, this is so the client push is already there, log viewer. So this is the client setting. We need to just go after that. Just wait up the second one. Let me just put that in front of you. Boundary groups, we did that. DDRs, we know that. DDR is the data from each machine saved about that machine. Save boundary, done. And collections. Did you see collections? No. Sorry guys, I just want to show that. Okay, should I put that? Oh yeah, there it is. So user collection, device collection. So there it is, the device collection, go to assets, device collection, there you will have the option, Windows 7, let me just put it in front of you, a bit bigger. I think everyone should be seeing that easily. So all systems, okay, we're going for the query rule because we have a full query for that, but direct rule I should also, I will get you the strings for 2 or 3 of those. So this is the query that we can select. So now it looks like this, edit query statement. So what it is doing is, type the name of collection Windows 7 collection. If you're just looking for Windows 7 clients, I have one Windows 7, Windows and one 8. Within limiting collection browse, select all system. So yeah, we selected already all system. Then it is just giving a huge query, which I was looking for something smaller than this. So I will just send you this slide as well to put that query and check if your only Windows 7 machine gets discovered for this collection, Windows 7 collection, right? So create another collection and try to type this query there, and it should be giving you the Windows 7 machines only, right? This query will only include workstation computers that have version 6, which is actually, FYI, you have tons of options regarding queries here. You can, for instance, create a dynamic collection that checks if the client has Office installed. But guys, the main thing is you need that query for MS Office, that's going to check the attributes of Office. Office 2013, Office 2010 has different attributes for the search, so the query will be different. So I'll try to get you 2 string values for that direct rule, and 1 query for this one. I'll just send the slide, so you could just put that, type that the whole thing, and try to see if that searched only your Windows 7 machine in the collection. So this collection with this query should only have Windows 7, right? If the query is correct. Otherwise, there are tons of queries up there on the internet that's going to make it easier for. And when the application is installed and the next time the query is run, the computer is going to be removed from that collection. So if you want to remove it or add it, depends on the query, how do you make that query. So all the steps are there. We can also create a collection of all computers by using direct rule. Create a collection with the name all computers. He's just going to mention star there, I think. So direct rule, and then creating a direct rule wizard next, and percent sign. Type percent in text, just that, and system resource. That's what we selected, right? System resource, and okay, by name we selected. Active we selected, but this is just percent giving there. So let's just put that there, and it detects select resources to add as direct members to the collection. So guys, let me just try this instead of my task will be now to give you one the strings for 2 direct rule and 1 query I'm giving you now. So you can check at home how the query works, right? So didn't have that on top of my mind at this time. So if we put percent, does it let us go? Can anyone also compare this result with me? So I have put that as active. So all the active machines should be reporting, and I've just put percent there as a wildcard for part of the value. And next, it detects everything because all of those resources, these are the resources I have in my network. So select all, because so in this collection, I just don't want domain controller, and I don't want server 2 as well. You know why? Anyone can tell me why? When you want to deploy a SCCM client, one is the SCCM server itself, who is deploying that, and one is the domain controller. You may have some client policy that may not go along with the domain controller. So for now, let's test our clients only. One is Windows 7, one is Windows 8, joined to the domain. I think everyone should be seeing all 4, right? Anyone is seeing less than 4?
Yes, I see only 3. I don't see Windows 8.
And it is on and working fine, right?
Yes, it's there when you are checking all. Before, just I used to see it, and now I don't see it.
Oh, I think everyone else should be seeing that. But if not, what protocol is used to collect all this info from the network? So it is working over TCP/IP, but there is no specific protocol to do the discovery right now. But that's a good question, Alice. I will have to Google myself if there's a protocol working in the background specific that to SCCM discovery. Otherwise, it's just using our topology, current topology, to search anything it wants.
I didn't question from Alice. What was the question?
Alice put the question on chat for everyone. So I would have to see that. I don't think there's a specific protocol in the background working for that. It's but this is a good question. I will look it up. Okay, let's go ahead. So let's just mess with our client. If we have a bad SCCM client and it's deployed on DC01 and server 2, which are offering those clients, that may not end up very well. It have to be. So let's just add just the clients next. So 2 clients there. Next, even if you have one client, it's okay. Just I hope it's up and running. So what we did till now, direct rule, and we just went for person sign there. So whatever you discover, just go ahead and whatever is active. So I had 2 machines active. I turned on the Windows 8, which was pause, and use incremental updates. So I plan to add one more Windows 8 later, which is for me. I mean, it's not compulsory for you guys. No. It's not SNMP. We never put SNMP there. Sorry, there was a comment that it should be. So SNMP is the specific, it searches. You have to have SNMP listener enabled on the devices, and then SNMP grabs information. We never configured anything like that, right? So, okay, guys, if you go back, do put this use incremental updates for this collection. And schedule a full update on such in 7 days, which is okay, but incremental, because once I add Windows 8 as well, it's going to be added automatically to this collection as well. Or Windows 7 again, or you rename that, so it should add to this section. So next, and close. Okay, so all systems have this, but we have our Toronto devices, which should be populating. It's already on the clock, so it should be populating soon. If I could refresh here. Okay, 2 devices are added now when I refresh, right? Before it was 0. So the collection has just the clients. I also want to mess with the clients, not with the servers for now. Like, mess with means that I'm just going to deploy the SCCM client now. Okay, guys, so collection, we can search and create our own group of either users or devices, right? So that's collection. If we right-click the collection, now you see huge amount of options there. And our favorite one is install client. So this is what we're going to do. After installing clients, we expect it to work straightforward. Hey, I installed the client. I expect the client to be there. Yeah, right. So, yeah, we do expect that at least, right? Expectation should be nice. So, okay, let's go to the next thing, which is we had direct rule. Cancel that, minimize this. I'm going to send you this slide so you could configure this. Overview of the configuration manager client. So SCCM client, I just need to go through that. So this is the client software. So the client side SCCM software. This is SCCM client which we are going to configure. We need to deploy it manually. There are many 7 or 8 ways we can deploy this client. So what you're seeing now is this on the Windows 7 or Windows 8 control panel. If the SCCM client is installed, this is a proof that there is SCCM client here. Configuration manager shows there. If configuration manager does not show, it's not, there's no SCCM client, right? So this is one proof. So software that runs on client's device and performs operations for configuration manager. Configuration manager 2012 provides a single control panel applet. So this is the proof, and we're going to see that if I go click play. If you double click configuration manager inside control panel, this is it. We need to go to the site. When we see the configuration manager, we double click that. These tabs will be there. If we go to the site, it should show the site 3-letter code as TOR. We're going to see all that once we deploy the client, but that's one of the proofs that the client is installed. When we go to the control panel, configuration manager should be showing under the system and security, right? These are some of the tabs that is showing. And then there is another software that runs on the client device and performs operations for configuration manager. So this is a software. Configuration manager 2012 provides a single control panel applet. We just saw that. The client consists of many components. we're gonna see those. The user gets a new interface. So guys, two things. Software Center, you can see there right now, Software Center. This is going to get installed, and the Configuration Manager, that's going to get installed. We will see both of these things on Windows 7 and Windows 8 to be sure that SCCM has fully installed. So Configuration Manager and Software Center.
Where are we going to see that, Amir?
When we deploy the client ourselves, and that's what we're going to do now.
Okay.
All right. So device requirements to support the Configuration Manager client are if it should be not less than XP Service Pack 3, XP 64-bit. So this is 32-bit SP Service Pack 3 and 64-bit SP2, 2003 SP2. Minimum requirements are these, and the rest of them are just prerequisite software, Windows installer version, update agent. So these on the clients, we do not need to worry about that. SCCM is supposed to take care of that. But these are always available there in majority of the clients. Otherwise, SCCM will start popping up with errors. Hey, this is not there. So clients should be, if you put all the Windows updates, most of this is there in the clients. Okay, this is just the clients we need to push. Supporting internet-based. If you go internet, you need to have PKI infrastructure, which is public key infrastructure, which means that you must have certificates from VeriSign or some expensive certificates from any of these external certificate authorities. In case we go outside over the internet, otherwise it's always VPN connected internal branches. So that's it. I mean, like, if you want to go outside, you need to buy that expensive, certificate authority. Certificates are the second level of authentication after Active Directory. So it's always good to have clients authenticate 2 times instead of 1. That is it our client or is somebody else's hacker's machine that is getting SCCM services. So yes, we can deploy the certificate services if machines are outside or connecting from outside, from home. Supporting mobile devices, Windows Mobile 6.0 and newer Windows CE 5. So those who are mobile enthusiasts and Nokia Symbian, this is just a reality now. SCCM is being used on our Blackberries, for our Blackberries. It's starting. And for our other iPhones and other devices, SCCM has started to deploy those software there as well with complete security policies. Client certificates required on the mobile devices for full support. Okay, this is a must. You need to have company certificates deployed to the client devices. Mobile devices can be supported directly or through the Microsoft Exchange server connector. So Microsoft Exchange already in mobile devices are used for the corporate for emails. So they are already connected to your environment. So SCCM can just add more security and easily deploy other software or company policies. Okay, SCCM client. We went through this. Okay, duplicate slides. Role of ADDS. So when installation starts, ADDS is contacted for assigned site, which is the site. The client, ADDS tells the client, hey, this is the Toronto site. It is not the London site. It is not the Singapore site. Then management point. In our case, management point is the same as our SCCM server. Management point is the main point of contact between the clients and the SCCM server. So they connect to a management point and ask for, hey, do you have any different configuration for us, and any other policy you have? Just let me know. Let us know. So right now we're going to go for the policy as well, just to configure the client we are about to deploy. Fallback status point is if the clients cannot connect to the main contact point, which is management point, to retrieve policies, at least they will say, hey, we are mayday, we are in trouble. So fallback status point could be another server, SCCM server, where the messages will be received from the clients that they are having connectivity problems with the management point. So fallback status is just taking all the error messages from the clients that it is having communication problems with the SCCM server or management point. Other configuration settings can also be retrieved by Active Directory extensions because all the clients are joined to the domain, right? So Active Directory is playing a major role here.
So my question is that if there is a computer which is not a part of the domain, so is it going to be discovered by the SCCM or only the system?
So with network discovery, yes, every IP-based device will be discovered as long as they are pingable, they are communicable. Yes, they will be discovered. What do you want to do next with them? You would want to put the certificates, and you would want to really, recognize and contact the owners. Hey, I discovered this device. I have no idea whose this device is. Normally, they keep asking that, and so many emails come from the SCCM guys for even our devices. We have just deployed a new Exchange server, and we haven't yet configured it properly. It's on the network, but it hasn't joined the domain. And they at once ask, hey, we just discovered this device. Whose device is that? And then we say, okay, that's IP. Yeah, this is our device. We're just trying to configure it, so give me a break. So yeah, they're like discovering everything. Then they need to think what they need to do. So I'm expecting my CentOS device to be discovered, but when I discover the configure the network discovery, then I will do that. So later you will find out that we do not want to mess up with SCCM configuration by adding more discoveries than we already have. Without ADS extension, all installation properties manually set. So ADS, SCCM should be working alongside ADS, although it can work alone as well, but it's going to be a lot of hassle. Just like any other Active Directory, any other Microsoft product that works automatically with Active Directory. So it's always recommended to have Active Directory. I never heard of any non-Active Directory SCCM till now, but maybe it's somewhere there, somewhere. So site systems used to support client deployment. Management point used as a primary point of communication. Provides site assignment if not specified. Fallback status point provides clients a location to report not finding a management point. We just talked about that, right? So fallback status is this: when this guy management point is not available. Used for client deployment process state messages. Those state messages are there as well that come back. Fallback status point is still our main SCCM server. Software update point, that is us. Enrollment point and enrollment proxy point used for mobile device enrollment. Really, we should, guys, if you are enthusiastic, go for something, try to discover your mobile device on SCCM. That would be cool. Anyway, distribution point used when deploying the client as a part of an operating system deployment, used when installing the Windows E client, used during a client upgrade. So distribution point is actually software deployment point, but all these things are also done with that. Mainly all the software and packages and clients are. So our SCCM is also our management point. It is also our fallback status point, but we haven't configured this guy. We have to add it separately. We haven't configured this as well. Software update later, everything is coming. We haven't configured enrollment point. Distribution point it will be enabled right away as soon as we deploy a client. But this is a distribution point already. Reporting services point, no, we haven't configured that too. Just 2-3 more slides left. CCM setup.exe, client.msi. This CCM setup.exe is the main file. So this is like starts the installation process. So we're gonna just right click and click the install client button, but in the background CCM setup is working, and that's gonna be saving our jobs one day, because if the client somehow is not installing on the Windows 7 machine, suppose Windows 8 machine, and you need to troubleshoot manually, so manual process involves this exact file. I'm going to show you that as well. Starts the installation process, determines the source file location, typically a management point. It determines, so automatically this runs all these tasks when it is when the client is supposed to be deployed on a machine. Detects and installs missing prerequisites. Calls the client.msi Windows installer file. So it just calls this file for more deployment information to properly get the SCCM client deployed. Client.msi, we know the MSI extension already, right? Installs the client files on the client system. It initiates the process. The CCM setup initiates the process. Then it takes the help of this file to get fully installed. That's the initial configuration for the client. So after file installation is complete, the client contacts its management point. So first we will do, we'll just right click the machine, device collection. We're going to deploy the client, and then when it is deployed, it's going to be tricky. So yeah, good luck. I'm going to do that too. So the client contacts its management point as soon as it's deployed to register and receive site assignment and to retrieve its policy. So site assignment, yes, you're the TOR site, Toronto site, and the policy we're going to configure just now. By default, all domain joined systems are automatically approved to join the site. So as soon as that SCCM client is deployed, any domain joined computers are already joined to the site, with the SCCM site. Yep.
I'm just have something like, do you have this clicking mouse or it's from Manzar? Manzar is from mute it please, because it's annoying. For me it's
keyboard.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, I was thinking, hey, who's doing that? So what are we talking about? We are talking about the client that we are about to install. So we're talking about the SCCM client that we are going to install on a collection of those computers. So this is the 8 or 9 ways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ways to install a SCCM client. So if you don't have SCCM client, what happens? The SCCM will not know whether that machine exists or not. So you have to push that small little intimacy client to every Windows joined machine. So SCCM will then see those machines, and then SCCM will, take care of those machines. You can do all kinds of stuff. But the client has to be there first for SCCM to know that this machine exists or not. So, okay, we're going to do a client push now. And those clients, SCCM clients can be deployed from group policy as well, through MSI. Through software update point like WSUS, they can be deployed to all the machines as well. Manual deployment, so that's going to be like just for troubleshooting purpose. We cannot deploy manually to 10,000 machines. Logon script from group policy as well, we can deploy. Software distribution, we can deploy, again, group policy. Operating system deployment, what does that mean? So when we are deploying OS, just install that SCCM client first and then capture, or just install that SCCM client and then deploy the OS. Or computer imaging. Remember we did the capture the machine and then deploy it. So we can install SCCM client there already when we're deploying on new machines. Okay, so enough talk about the client process, client by using client push installation. So I'm gonna just start the installation and then come back to the slide as well. If you are all having the SCCM in front of you, which you are, and you're on all Toronto devices right now. So if, everyone has created all Toronto devices, right? So I have 2 clients there. I want to install SCCM client on them. So no, I have 2 clients. When I say 2 clients, this means I have 2 machines. One is Windows 7, one is Windows 8. It does not have SCCM clients deployed yet. How do I know that? We haven't done it. And how do I know that again? If you go to devices, up there, you see that client against every device is saying no, 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 right? We can deploy the client from here as well, just to an individual device as well, right? Yeah.
Just to make it like clear for me, so the SCCM doesn't do anything without the client?
Yeah, SCCM cannot do anything without that small software code deployed to the client side.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, welcome. So device collection. So I was in the device collection. We were all in the device collection. We can deploy it on all the devices by right-clicking and install client. We can deploy, as we plan to do now, is on the 2 client machines, Windows 7 and Windows 8. So let's go to all Toronto devices. So once we deploy the client from here, from the server side, we need to go back to the devices. We need to check if this has turned from no to yes. If it says yes, then congratulations, you have deployed the client. Otherwise, check your firewall, make sure you have full connectivity, your ping is okay, your NS lookup is okay. Those will be the basic reasons that there will be a problem. So I will go back to the device collections for the discovered clients. I'll go to all Toronto devices. I'll right-click that and install client. Let's select that. Everyone there? Yes. Thank you for this answer. So next. So this first thing is just all the prereqs. Okay. Now the next screen shows what? Allow the client software to be installed on a domain controller. Well, there's no need to select that here because in our collection we don't have a domain controller, right? If it was all systems, I would select that. Okay, since there's a domain controller, so then allow as well. Yeah. So here, second option is always install the client software. When a computer already has the configuration manager client installed, you can repair, upgrade, or reinstall. So if you had already installed this client, then it will keep on, it will be in contact, SCCM will be in contact with that client software, and it will upgrade it if there is something new. And then install the client software from a specified site, definitely from Toronto's site, nowhere else. If we had long list of sites here, SCCM sites, I mean, like London site or Singapore site, and the Windows machine is actually in the Toronto area, of course, definitely we would go for this. But definitely always, make sure that client gets that information that I'm in Toronto. Okay, we can select this, uninstall existing configuration client before the client is installed. If you already have an older SCCM client, you can select that. In our case, we do not have such, right? So it's a new client. So next, and it just gives the details. Next again, nothing to do here. Now the summary, and it says that it has completed a successful, it's successful. Let's click close. I will now try to jump to the Windows 7 client there. Everyone can see my screen, right? I will go on Windows 7 and then go to Start Task Manager. I'm on Windows 7 client right now. I'm expecting to see in processes the CCM setup 32. Which I cannot see now, till now. So CCM 32 or CCM setup 32. If it's not there, I will, Windows 8 machine was paused, so I'll just start it. And go and log in. So if you have just gone to the client side and you have enabled the task manager and you have gone to the processes, does anyone see CCM setup or CCM something? So I'm going to the task manager on Windows 8 as well, and had it been so easy. Okay, I'll just make sure on Windows 8 client that I have firewall off. Windows 8. So anyone who is seeing CCM setup in the task manager of any of the clients after deploying the client can let us know. Firewall is off or on. So I'm just going to go for Windows 8 firewall. Okay, I clicked it. Wow, it's taking forever. Okay, I'll go back to Windows 7. And I don't see any CCM setup. I'll just click anywhere in the task manager in the processes and go to CC and nothing C. I don't see any. So I'm just gonna go for CMD and check my connectivity. Am I able to ping server 02? Oh. Destination host unreachable? For God's sake. Okay, on my Windows 7 machine, I have destination host unreachable. So Windows VMnet 17, I am on VMnet 17. Whoa, what happened? There was a okay, anyway. So
Amir, I don't have that process what you are talking about.
So yeah, I'm troubleshooting that. And are you able to ping the client machine to the server machine by name? And NS lookup is okay? So I'm troubleshooting that. Control panel. Oh, okay, I have 2 network cards. So I'll just disable my internet network card. So on the SCCM machine, I'm disabling my internet network card. And oh, 10.16. 16 is not my machine. It's my internet machine network card IP address. So I'm just going to go to domain controller.
But your deployment was successful.
Your deployment was successful?
No, your deployment was successful at that time.
No. Server side always says that. Don't believe that ever. Until, okay, let me show you. Until it shows on the devices as yes here instead of no, it's not there. It did not communicate this to the server, or it is not there. So when it says successful, that's just the start. It's successfully thrown that client towards the Windows machine. That's what it's successful for. So let me just troubleshoot that in front of you. So this is, oh, it's still looking for the, so in my case, I have a network, internet, second network card, which is connected to internet. It's grabbing that IP. So IP config /flush. I'm going to do all kinds of troubleshooting to make sure that I can ping successfully first. I am not able to. Register. Are you able to all ping by name with the correct IP?
Yes, I can ping it.
Ping server 2. Did you see the process in Task Manager?
I'm pinging too.
Okay. Oh, no.
Actually, it's Windows 8, so it's getting ready. I'm still not in.
Oh, you're installing? Okay.
No, I'm not installing. Like, I'm logging with the new user first time, so.
Okay. Oh, yeah, starting. Okay, guys, see the screen. I'm going back to the device collection just to be on the safe side because I just corrected my ping. I am on the all Toronto devices collection again, right-clicking again, install client again, the same process I'm doing again, right? So install client, next, 2 options that we selected, next, next, close. I will try to refresh this, F5, F5. I'll go to the devices just to check if any no turned to yes. Okay, it's no. But now I have to just deployed the client again. I am going to Windows 7 machine again just to check if the process shows CCM setup. I will go and check the NS lookup again for the Windows 7 machine. Yeah, NS lookup is fine. And I will just confirm my DHCP communication. Actually, my pinging is fine, so everything is supposed to be fine. I'm going to my Windows 8 machine. Oh yeah, it was still turning on the firewall. The client side is always a mess. This is the first way to deploy a client, and you will see that it's not the most reliable way of doing that. I mean, this is the natural way of doing that, but when you go to the forums and everywhere, you will see that, oh, that's why there are 8 other ways to do that too. This is a straightforward way of doing client deployment. Let me show you other ways to do that. First thing, I right-click the collection, right? And install client. Okay. Second thing, I go to the devices. I can do one-by-one client installation. So client Mac is actually my Windows 7 client. I'll try to deploy that just on one client, Windows 7. Next, always install. This is getting recorded, so if I'm a little fast, so at least try to understand what I'm doing, right? I'm just trying to deploy client one way or another. Close. So this one device, one Windows machine, I have redeployed the client, tried to. And I'm still, when I go back to the Windows 7 machine, what I want to do is, since it was started since morning, I would want to restart it once. So, you know, Microsoft always works best when it's restarted. And this is also started since morning, so I'll just restart my Windows 8 machine as well. Oh, it has even the. So 7 is back up. I just want to make sure. Okay, putting the logging into Windows 7. I want to have a proof that start task manager, even if CCM is not showing. What was the other proof that client SCCM is considered installed if we see what?
It's CSS file or what? And in control panel, you can see
control panel. Yeah.
Yeah. If we go to control panel in system and security, if we see configuration manager, which is not there, that's the second proof if it was there. I'll just check again. Command prompt, NS lookup, DC, control C. So if device was discovered, then I did that. And lookup is fine, then we are kind of okay. I'm going to deploy, since I restarted the machine, you can see that the third time I'm trying to push this there. Next, close. Windows 8, next, install client. When we start troubleshooting, this is just like a common thing that, okay, apply again, try to push that again and see some of the alerts will start coming up. And device collection. So now I'm going back to my SCCM, Windows 7 machine, and Task Manager. Making sure again the firewall was off. Yeah, it is off on Windows 7. Let me just go for Windows 8. It is joined to the domain, and well, it was already. And go for password. So anyone sees in the task manager of the Windows machine CCM setup, or in the control panel the configuration manager, although it should not come that soon. Control panel, system and security, flash period. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little 1-2 minutes more, for 5 minutes more actually, and go back to my administration, boundary, discovery methods. Yeah, everything seems to be fine.
I have it the same situation like you, nothing.
Okay. The first time is always discovery methods, Toronto discovery groups, properties. Let me add that site as well. Oh, guys. Okay. I'm in the boundary group. I'm adding the default first site name. References. Apply. Okay.
But I have that both things in the group, so it's the same.
It's no. When you go to devices on the server side, in the assets and compliance on the server side devices, when you go click devices, has anyone has yes instead of no? Although it should not right away happen. Okay, you know what I did? I added that site to that group, which Manzar insisted, hey, remove that, let's do it from there. God. No, it was okay, I'm just kidding. So I added that back because it has.
But you are not like installing it on the boundary, you're installing it in the specific client, so it doesn't matter.
We'll just.
Because IP subnet is from the same.
Yeah, logically, no, it doesn't matter. But I mean, like when we go for, just arguments. But when you go for, when you Google this, hey, I cannot deploy the clients. Oh, did you connect the site with the, SCCM site with the Active Directory site, or the boundary groups with the site? That's one of the options that they say, okay, now check the client.
But I wanted you to do it from the boundaries instead of boundary group.
No. Yeah, I understand that. I was just repeating that for fun only, just to, okay. No, yeah, I understand completely. That was not your point was okay, and I just deployed it again, and this, okay, it is doing what it always does. Let me go back to the slide and make sure nothing is missed. So I'm going to send you, so guys, I'm going to send you a step-by-step for the client deployment and troubleshooting as well, because this is very much expected that the client would not show up right away, or it will not say yes against the devices in the no. It will always say no. So installing the client by using software update client. So these are just other methods that they show for the client deployment, which I'm running on the slide right now. I'm sending you this slide. It's just saying how client communicates. Verify successful client installation, client status column within the collection, configuration manager reports, configuration manager properties, client logs. So, and these are some of the client settings that we will set in the next class for considerations for creating custom client settings. Yeah, so this is a detailed thing that we need to configure, which will not take much time, but we need to really understand how to configure the clients. We were deploying the clients now, then we will change the policies and properties of that client which we deployed, and that will be updated to the SCCM client later. But right now, the thing is that we will give it a little time, just like any other Microsoft deployment, and especially this, when you Google it yourself as well, you will see that this is the biggest challenge, and everyone is always giving it time and restarting the machine or doing one thing or another. I'm going to send you this step by step, so I'm just putting that up now. Hardware discovery. Yeah, there's one full step-by-step forum for the client discovery and client. So I'm just sending this now.
By chance, Amir, there is no one of the method to go by each machine and install it from USB, like.
Okay, again, what? Sorry.
One of those ways to install the client, you don't have by USB, like going to each machine.
Man. Okay, Mohammed Hamdan, that's a very, very interesting question. For the record of the video, I'm going to show quickly how to deploy client manually. But if it does not deploy automatically, then we need to troubleshoot that, right? So one more thing, guys. I just have that link, and I'm about to send that for go through that step-by-step process of how to deploy client plus how to troubleshoot deployment. We are on the troubleshooting point where the client is not showing right now. It sometimes takes 10 minutes, sometimes takes 15 minutes, but it comes there. Sometimes it doesn't come at all. So we need to troubleshoot that step. So I'm just typing an email, step by step to deploy a client. And that guy, Microsoft refers this guy's article on the Microsoft website. So I'm putting this now to the group. Press OK. Send. Okay. So until now, all the processes are okay and done. The slides are with you. So anyone whose device shows like this, in the devices, any of the clients shows yes, please send me your screenshot, and we're going to congratulate you. But anyway, I'm going to send you soon by tonight some of this screenshot, because I'm going to troubleshoot that and send you some of the then and there. Otherwise, I'll give it time. I'll keep the machines up and running all night maybe, and by morning it might have the clients showing there. But if it's not showing, don't hesitate to redeploy. Like right-click, install client, and go ahead and redeploy. It doesn't hurt the machines at all. If you see the client finally, it's okay. Just like I'm redeploying now. I can check back the settings, so there's a deployments. When you click the deployments here, then there's a custom client settings. So I want you to troubleshoot the automatic deployment. The manual deployment is very easy. There is a group policy, way of deploying the client. That is also easy. This is going to really get you inside the SCCM troubleshooting, the first troubleshooting. So good luck with showing in the devices yes. Then please involve me in all your troubleshooting, or let me know or ask me any type of questions. Make sure your communication with the connectivity with the client and server is okay, pinging well, and NS lookup is fine. and try to make it yes by any means. And I'm gonna keep on sending you some troubleshooting tips more, and I will troubleshoot myself as well. So till now, any questions, guys?
Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone, and involved in your troubleshooting. And yeah, redo the slab bill here, and in both environments, the client should be yes. Okay, so goodbye to everyone, and good luck with this.
Goodbye.
Bye.